So guys, in today's video, I'm going to talk about Angular reactive form cross-control validation, custom validators. For example, you have first name and last name. If I type in my name, no problem, you can submit. Okay, form submitted to database. However, if I use my daughter's name, it's grayed out because I wrote a custom validator. If the first name is Claire, the last name has to be Wang. Anything else will gray out. You won't be able to submit it. It has to be Wang. So how is this custom validator made? It's super easy. So I create a service. By the way, you do not have to create a service. You can just create a random TypeScript file. I create a service because I love to keep things neat. Everything that can potentially be shared, I want to put into a service so it can be provided to any other component. So the validator basically is a function that returns null or it returns something else. When it returns null, it's valid. Anything not null is considered invalid. Here, when it's invalid, I return an object with name invalid and data. First name is Claire, but last name is not Wang. Okay, so this is my validator in the service. It's just a function that returns another function. The function may or may not accept arguments. Here I have two arguments. First name Claire, last name Wang. That's the standard input name. If the first name is Claire, last name is not Wang, you get an error message. You will not be valid. The condition is super easy. Get the first name of that form group, because when you validate multiple form controls, cross-control validation, you have to pass the group. You have to pass their parents. Otherwise, you will screw up. Yeah, if you have two different form groups, of course, you can pass two different form groups. That doesn't matter. If you just validate a single control, you pass form control. That would be just a custom validator, not a cross-control validator. So for cross-control validator, you have to pass at least multiple controls or their parent group. Here it's the parent group. It's very convenient. So you get the first name. If the first name is Claire, then the last name must be Wang. Otherwise, you get an error message, non-null return value. So the validator just a custom-made function that returns another function. The return function has just one argument, which is a form group, or the controls, the multiple controls, whatever validator you want to create. The rest is just a piece of cake. So let's look at the component. You just have a standard input form with first name, last name. And then here at the group level, form group level, you have a validator. You have this validator. You can have an array of other validators. It doesn't matter. You can define 10 different validators. As long as one of them it returns a non-null value, it's considered invalid. Yeah, but here we just have one validator. This comes from that service, cross-validator service. Yeah. Of course, you can avoid the service by just importing a simple TypeScript source code. But I like to keep things neat. Everything shared is put into service. And the template is even easier. Just the standard template with the button, submit button disabled if my form is invalid. Yeah. So that's the cross-control validation. The source code is on GitHub. Feel free to download it, but it's so simple. I don't think you need to. So you basically define a function returning another function, and that other function has a control or whatever as an argument where you can access the two form controls and then create a condition for valid or not valid. That's today's video. Thank you.